If you're watching this, congratulations. You've qualified to be the best of the best. The Scout class. If you're a spy and you've somehow obtained this footage, don't worry, because we're going to catch you. And then you'll be dead. A special thanks to Soldier for being our sound specialist, and Engineer for filming and editing.
Yeah!
Normally I shoot my own stuff, but I got bored and lazy. Soldier. Psst. Soldier. Actually, as a scout, you'll be expected to entertain the rest of the team. You're the funniest, the fastest, and the best at bringing everyone together with the power of friendship, all of which we'll cover later. Basically, do your best to be friends with as many of them as you reasonably can. It comes in handy a lot in the field. That way it'll be safe to, say, give out trade secrets on camera, because you'll be buddies with everyone. And you'll have picked the classes that can't do anything with those secrets anyways. No offense. I'm here to give you a quick rundown on your abilities, training, equipment, and combat. Now, lots of people think scouts are all the same. That's not even close to true. See, when TFI started expanding so they could get going on their ultimate plan to take over all of Europe, and suddenly there were lots of soldiers, lots of heavies, lots of spies. That means, depending on the map, each class became its own little subculture. You follow me? Basically, there are 3 types of scouts. The first are the sprinters, who are, obviously, the fastest and the most common. The second, the endurance runners. That's where I hang out. And finally, the gymnasts. To find out which type you are, and which maps would be best, we're going to grade you in 3 areas: speed, stamina, and agility. Follow along on this quiz you can download in the description. Description? What does that mean? Alright, let's get started. Okay. This won't take too long. What type of scout are you? Take this short little quiz and I'm not too sure what we were thinking with this outfit here. This chart is largely accurate, but we don't need to talk about that. Alright, so first question. How fast can you run a mile? A, stupid fast. B, alright, I could be faster. Or C, when you say a mile, do you mean a whole mile or... And yes, we mean whole miles. You will be running lots of miles. Okay. How many miles can you run? A, I'm not sure. The race is always over before I run out of steam. B, I know how to pace myself. I could literally run all day. And yes, before you ask, I know what literally means. Or C, miles, as in plural. Next question. How high can you jump? A, about half my height. B, no idea. Or C, watch me do a backflip. I think you get where this is going. Do you have any training in acrobatics or martial arts? A, I graduated from the streets with a minor in your face painting. B, a little, didn't get very far. Or C, want to see my black belts and trophies? Finally, are you sensitive to caffeine? A, I broke the sound barrier once. B, it's great, but you gotta be smart about it, or you'll collapse halfway through. And lastly, C, just hook it to my veins. Okay, so write all that down and we'll grade you in a second. If you answered mostly A's, you're a sprinter. Yeah, I'm sure you're surprised. Sprinters are our most popular subset. No one's going to blame you if you always run as hard and as fast as you can. It's what scouts are known for, right? However, keep in mind that if you focus completely on speed, there is a point where your stamina starts to suffer, and forget about agility. Scouts like you are the reason the other classes call us bunnies, because rabbits sprint, then stop, then sprint, then stop. Rabbits are very, very fast, but anyone with greater endurance is going to run you down. So kill them before they get the chance. The classes with the second highest speeds are medics and spies. I have no idea how spy became as fast as medic, or when. I mean, we didn't train him, right? And don't concern yourself with how fast a medic can run without his med pack, because there's no way someone so much older could keep up with us. Nope, it doesn't happen. Stop laughing. When it comes to combat, I hate to admit it, but they're a lot more dangerous than you'd think. You can put distance between yourselves easily, but eventually you're going to have to either hide, good luck against spy, or fight. If you fight, make sure to stay away from medic saw blades. They always crit. As a sprinter, your best bet is hit and run tactics. Sneak up from behind or from the sides. Do not engage from the front, and do not ever run in a straight line. You'll be sent to the CP maps. That's capture point. It's where you'll really shine. A lot of big, open spaces with great places to hide and surprise the enemy. Plus, you'll capture points twice as fast as the lesser classes. Assuming you won't be jumping around too much, I recommend the Babyface Blaster. This thing was a real terror before it got nerfed. Get used to it. The BFB is a good time because the more damage you do, the faster you run. How does that work? I don't know, I'm asking you. Keep in mind that your boost gradually decreases the more you jump or take damage. It's tough to get used to, but if you figure it out, the damage output and higher accuracy would make you extremely dangerous. I wish I had an original to trade with you, but I gave them all away. Yeah, sorry. Anyway, let's talk about your shoes. Yeah, your shoes. Yes, I'm serious. Trust me, this is important. For you guys, I found the lightest, fastest shoes I could. The triple stripe stands for Adidas. Keep an eye out for this logo. These are the Adizero Boston 6. Appropriate, right? The stripes are very close to what you normally wear in the field. Plus, they're shiny. Adidas specializes in their foam cushion. It acts like a bouncy ball for maximum energy return. Speed is all about power. The harder you hit the ground, the faster you go. So you need shoes with very little cushion. They're also very flexible, so you can turn on a dime. Naturally, this assumes you won't be wearing them too long, or you might start to ache. I wore these once, they're a little dirty. Adizeros have the most breathable upper, so you won't smell like soldier after the match. There are parts that are actually transparent. Here. And here. Logos over here. Oops. This flashes whoever's chasing you for extra insult. We've got the red, white, and blue pieces for extra America. Since they're so light, these shoes aren't very durable, but they're very effective and should suit your needs. Don't worry, Hale's given us 1,000 pairs. If you answered mostly B's, you are correct. Nah, I'm just kidding. There are no right answers. It means you're an endurance runner or a marathoner, as we call us. We're the second biggest group and generally more experienced. Long-distance running is much more mentally challenging than short-distance sprinting. They're both hard. They are. But a 5K is over in 15 or 20 minutes. Now run for over 3 hours. You can do it. You absolutely can. You could run down a deer if you wanted. This actually goes back to the origin of our species. Humans are the 5th best marathoners in the animal kingdom. It's what you're built to do. See, most animals run around on 4 legs, right? So what's the advantage of running on 2? Calorie conservation. You run a longer distance and burn fewer calories. When we were in Africa, we would wait until the hottest part of the day when all the other animals were having a siesta, and then we would run them down. But how we lost all that hair is still a mystery. Sort of. The best guess we have at the moment is that we had an aquatic phase, which makes sense if you think about dolphins or hippos or manatees. A soldier named Feedipedes, Feedables, Philoctetes, Phytoplankton, Pterodactyl. No? It has a silent P in the front. Pheidippides ran from Greece to Athens, which was just about 25 miles, to announce their victory over the Persians. And then he died. I honestly can't imagine running so long that you die. Just slow down, man. They can wait an afternoon. Please, anytime you're thinking, I can't, just slow down and breathe. You'll be fine, even if you don't believe it. Other scouts may run faster, but you will always run further. You got all that right. We can't do too many takes. What was it talking about? Ah, your opponent. Unfortunately, while your endurance is amazing and great, there are other classes that will outclass us no matter what. Besides other scouts, your greatest challenge will be this guy. As far as you run, as fast as you can, as much as you train, there is no outrunning a soldier. It's possible he's too crazy to realize when he's tired. Do not engage. Do not challenge to a race. Do not assume he will give up, because he won't. He will run you down, and you will die. Your only option is to fight. In those circumstances, stay in the air and zigzag as much as possible. 3 clean shots will take him down if you're lucky. You will not be lucky. And make sure he's actually dead. Well, aren't you smug?
No!
And that's coming from me. Your weapon is probably the stock scattergun. If it isn't, I recommend the Force of Nature, because you'll be headed to payload maps, and payload maps are in the mountains, and that means you can shove them off a cliff. It also means you, and only you, will be pushing a heavy explosive up miles and miles of track through bullets and fire, come rain or snow or burning sun. So, shoes. These are what I run marathons in. The brand is Hoka One One. And it means to fly over the earth. Hence the bird. This'll be my second set of Arahis. The first thing you'll notice is the massive amount of cushion. It's their trademark, and exactly what you need if you'll be running all day. The exact opposite of Adidas, Hokas are super stiff for durability. I get medics and scouts asking for hookahs all the time. No, they're Hoka. Pyro has the hookahs. There's a light mesh on the upper, but they aren't as breathable. Since I pronate very heavily, I need what's called a stability shoe. See this white section? It's less dense than the blue section here. What that does is correct my form for me to make my running more efficient. Most stability shoes have a bright alert like this to let you know the corrective, but if you aren't sure, ask. This back part here is reflective too, but it doesn't come in handy very often. Ask your medic to see if you pronate like I do. I haven't worn these in the field yet. Most shoes last about 500 miles, but in my experience, Hokas last about half again as long as normal shoes. Something like 600 or even 700 miles. A 100 miles goes by pretty fast, except for the hard parts. If you picked mostly Cs, you're a gymnast. This is the rarest group. Not as fast as sprinters and can't run as long as marathoners, but you're the best at dodging enemy fire and therefore the most annoying. I'm proud of you. If you've heard of scouts get called fleas on crack, you're the reason why. Your job is to get in close to the enemy and dance on their head while demanding dispensers. The good news is, medics and spies won't be a problem for you. The bad news is, heavies, demo knights, and pyros absolutely will be. Heavies are essentially waddling sentries. I didn't mention them until now because, for some reason, scouts instinctively zero in on heavies and must fight them, so I wasn't going to waste our time. But you guys, the gymnasts, might actually listen to me, and you stand the best chance. Wait until their gun is revved down, then attack from behind or the sides if you can. Make sure to stay out of the reach, though. If they get their hands on you, it's over. Eventually. The most crucial part will be killing their medics. Honestly, if you can, take out their doctor, then run and hide for a while, because the heavy is going to be pissed. Come to think of it, that might be why they made Natasha. Demo knights are everywhere and extremely hard for anyone to dodge. First off, their charge attack can outpace even the sprinters, and the worst part is that goddamn reach on that goddamn sword, or golf club, or frying pan, or bottle of scrumpy. Your specialty is close quarters combat, but the odds of you winning against this guy are... frankly, pray to whatever gods you think will hear you. Finally, there's pyros. Pyros are ambush predators, waiting around corners and in tight spaces to kill you with fire. You'll be headed to capture the flag maps. You'll make the difference every single time, I promise. But where there's intelligence, there's engineers, and where there are engineers, there are spies. And where there are spies, there are pyros. Scouts and spies hate fire the most. There's no worse way to die, and it's going to happen a lot.
Scout! Scout!
I know. Just give me a second. Cripes.
Well, ain't that a cute little...
Don't you tell me pyros are cute and harmless. You're cute and harmless. Crying out loud.
Ah, shucks.
Oh, real quick. This is what happens when you drink Crit-a-Cola. Anything you touch will become a weapon and it will crit. And since I'm sure you're wondering, yes, anything you touch. Yes, anything. Geez, you're all 12. Good thing I was never like this, right? What? There we go. Now, on to weapons. For what it's worth, a fan will stop a demo knight mid-charge, and it gives you a triple jump. But, dollars to donuts, you want the soda popper, which is a fan with Crit-a-Cola taped on. Yes, that is weird, but what's even weirder is they traded in critical hits for extra jumps. I don't know why they made that change, I don't know how they made that change, and I damn well don't know where it comes in handy. But, you guys sure love this gun, so you enjoy that, you wacky scamps, you. For gymnasts, we needed... What the... Who put that there? For gymnasts, we needed something unorthodox. You can tell even by the box these are special. See the reflection here? I guess you could say Saucony went the extra mile. You can't tell, but the phrase inside is, we make the shoes, you make the blank. I mean, okay. Once again, these are stability shoes. This is how most companies alert you not to wear them if you don't pronate. Everything about Saucony shoes is soft and squishy, so they needed a crystallized plastic to protect it along the bottom. Sauconys are perfect for gymnasts because they're the softest landing pads for all the jumping around you'll be doing. They're named after a creek known for the boulders that line it, hence the 3 dots. The upper is pretty unique. The laces have these divides between them to make it easier to tighten or loosen them individually. This is handy if you have high arches. They went with this swoosh logo to represent how the creek is always flowing. moderately flexible, kinda between the Hokas and the Adidas. I haven't used mine since I can't jump for crap, but you are welcome to them. Make sure to demand dispensers the whole time for no reason, or you will bring dishonor to us all. Bonus round, bonus round, bonus round, bonus round, bonus round, bonus round, do a flip, do a flip, flippity spin, bonus round, 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 bonus round. Ducks. Well, that was weird. Okay, so these are unusual limited edition. Nike's a fairly obscure brand. I'm sure you've never heard of them. There was one pair left in my size, but when I saw them, I had to have them. I've been saving these just to show off. Huh, they look pretty ordinary, right? Kind of a green, a blue. These are my only neutral shoes, so I can't run long distances in them. If you take a closer look, the entire upper is this woven mesh. That's unusual, right? Why did they do that? Can you see the sparkly logo? Yeah, the camera's having trouble. That's okay. Let me show you how these really shine. See this ring of light here? There's a small rainbow of color around it, because the entire shoe is reflective, like a neon-colored beacon. These are great for nighttime shenanigans, but only if you want the enemy to know it was you. There is nothing sneaky or stealthy about these, so don't bring them on one of Spy's missions. lighting is just right. They look like the Aurora Borealis. Super cool. I knew you'd appreciate them. And that's Scouting 101. You're well on your way to becoming the envy of all TFI. There is a bit more on Scout culture and cooperation both in your team and the enemy team. We might be the only ones who put class over color. Probably your pack mentality kicking in, but it'll have to wait for now. There's one last lesson for this video. How to spy check. If you don't have your gun handy, take out your melee weapon. This is the Sandman, and not one of the recent nerfed versions either. Mine can still stun. No.
Oh, I see ya.
No.
Yes.
No. Seriously? You too? What would you even do with a bat? No. No, I can't afford to trade this one. It's like my hat, it's got too much history. I'm getting sentimental, I guess. Do you know why I asked Soldier to hold the mic? Doesn't make sense, right? He's the loudest guy in our team. He has 2 modes, asleep and screaming, and even they aren't mutually exclusive. But he's actually perfect, because he loves standing at attention. Soldier would never let the mic dip into the shot. So, I'm a little suspicious, but let no one say I am unfair. I'm going to count down from 10, and then I'm going to show the good people here how to spy check. Doing okay? Nothing's gonna happen, right? 'Cause you're not spy?
Yes.
Okay. 10. 9. 8. 7. 6. 5. 4. 3. 2.
That soldier's a spy. Go, go, go.
1. All right. I'll see you next time.
Help! Spy around here. That soldier's a spy.